talk about the game we all love. It's Fallout through the years. That Fallout show.
Well, hi everyone, and welcome to episode 32 of That Fallout Show. I am Rick McVick, and with us tonight, as always, is Shalene. Shalene.
Huh?
Go for Shalene. Go.
Oh, hello. Hi. How's everyone?
Great. And how is you? Shalene?
I'm here, sort of. I mean, it's been a week, you guys. It's been a heck of a week for me.
It's been a heckin' week.
Challenging. Heckin' week.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, it's better now because it's over. Like life.
Yeah.
Vendertron, how are you doing?
Welcome, sir or madam.
Wonderful to see you two here with us three presenting this show here, which we have called Happy Positive Nostalgia Time. Cue the sitar and candle, which I don't have cued. So, unfortunately, I can't.
Happy positive nostalgia time. It sounds like that should be some sort of like Japanese anime or something. I wonder what we would look like as a anime characters.
I feel like I probably wouldn't look super different as an anime version of myself.
You already have the big mouth.
Oh, thanks.
Shots fired.
Excuse me. I resign. I'm quitting the show.
I'm just gonna wheel myself out of the picture.
Well, you folks are great.
Wow.
Well, you're in for one heck of a show, I guess.
One heckin' show.
One heckin' show. And how you can promote this crazy show we call a podcast, you can share us on your social medias. You have plenty of those, your TikToks and Snappy Chats. You can send us emails as well. I think we have one for tonight. I'm not quite sure.
Nah, we don't.
No, we don't have any. Anyway,
Nothing.
and send us emails. We're lonely. And you can like, subscribe, and retweet to our postings when we post them, however frequently they may be. And also tell your friends about us. Host us on Twitch, etc., etc. We have an announcement tonight that I don't think we've made on TFS, but we've made it on GameStack. Next weekend, which is November the 23rd, starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be doing a 24-hour-long Extra Life stream. And for those of you who don't know what Extra Life is, it's raising money for the Children's Miracle Network. CMNN. No, it's raising money for the Children's Miracle Network, and all of the money this year that we raise will go towards Johns Hopkins Children's Medical Center in Baltimore, Maryland. To tell us a little bit about it, we've downloaded some promotional materials.
It's happening again. Extra Life, the 24-hour gaming marathon where gamers across the world raise money for our local Children's Miracle Network hospitals. It feels good to do something we love to help kids, but it feels great to get closer through the magic of game. We enter as friends and leave as real-world heroes for sick kids everywhere. Sign up online. Extra Life. Play games. Heal kids.
And it's something we've always wanted to do. And so the 23rd, we are going to be doing it for 24 hours. Well, I'll be attempting the stupid thing of doing it for 24 hours. So starting at 9:30 in the morning on Saturday, we're going to be streaming until Sunday morning at 9:30. Shalene and Vendor will be popping in and out as time allows and their schedule allows. And we'll be posting a schedule later on of the games that we'll be doing. And also, for you folks out there in the audio world, please tell me, us, what games you would like to see us play. If we have them, we'll try to play them. If we don't have them, we'll try to procure them. So yeah, that's going on November 23rd. And Vendor, how can they join our team and donate the monies? Because it's all about the monies.
Well, we have a Extra Life team page. And so if you send me a personal message, I can get you the link for that. And all you need to do is just sign up on Extra Life with your name and email. The only caveat is that you can't already be part of another team. if you're going to be involved with the WGLG Extra Life campaign. The other caveat is that if you do join our team, it does not mean that you can join us on stream, but it does mean that, you can play games alongside us and take, work towards getting donations and things like that. So, so just send me a personal message and I will make sure that you get the link. And we would also like to welcome our first team member, Nephthys Nile, who has joined our team. And that means that there are 9 spots left for people to join the team. So just send me a personal message in case you're interested.
How personal of a message?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
For me to find out and you to know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so stay tuned for that. We'll be posting more about it on the social medias, at least if we remember to do so. But join us Saturday, November 23rd at 9:30 a.m. here at We Just Love Games.
Where?
Here.
Where? I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Can you say that again?
Anyway, tonight we've got some news. We've got some gameplay. At least one of us does. And then we have a recap of last fortnight's challenge and an issuance of a new one. And then we have what we're calling some nostalgic positivity time. And basically, we were coming up with the show in the pinch. I mean, we were talking about what we wanted to do with the show tonight. And I thought it would be a good idea to talk about why we fell in love with Fallout. And I'm fairly certain we've talked about this stuff before, but I feel like it's an important time to do this. With the death of 76, no, I'm kidding. With a lot of us being upset about what's going on with 76 right now in the state of Bethesda, some of us are happy about it, some of us are not. And I think there's so much negativity going around with a franchise that the only reason really the show exists and we're friends is because of this franchise. And I think it's time to kind of step back from the craziness and look at it from where we started with it, kind of thing. Talk about some memories and things like that and stuff that we always loved about the game and the stuff that we keep returning to. I think that's kind of what we have going on for that. So anyways, without further ado, Vendor with the 5-star review shout-outs, take it away.
I always love this part of the show because I get to talk. Sorry, I just felt like throwing in a really conceited comment there for some reason. We love 5-star review shoutouts. If you guys would like to send us a 5-star review shoutout, all you got to do is go to Apple Podcasts, search that Fallout show, part of We Just Love Games Network, and shout us out with 5 stars or give us a 5-star review and leave us a little message and we will shout you out on the show. Coming all the way from the US, Yarden Angel left us a 5-star review and they say, I have been a fan since that other podcast. Love all 3 of the hosts. Makes me feel all warm and cozy. 3 of my favorite people talking about my favorite franchise of all time. So thank you for that 5-star review, Yarden Angel. And we hope that you enjoy more episodes to come. And we also have some new people to the Discord as well. You want me to just roll on into that, Rick?
Yeah.
So the Discord is growing. We now have 352 members, which is crazy. We want to send a big welcome out to Wookie Munster, who goes by the handle Asiana Grande on
Nice.
Twitter.
Nice.
That's an incredible handle.
I love it.
Yeah, Asiana
That's
Grande.
so good.
It's pretty good, right? It's pretty sassy. I like his account. I've been following him for quite some time. Also, Vault Girl 476, welcome to the Discord, and One-Legged Goose. Welcome to the Discord. The Uncertainty Principle, also welcome to the Discord. Amethyst and Rain Folk.
There's no L there.
Rain Fook. I'm not gonna say the last part the way it should be said because we're gonna get censored. Welcome to the Discord, everyone. I noticed the Uncertainty Principle name because Shalene, they joined me for movie night last night.
Movie night. It's too soon. Don't bring it up. Oh, the wound is too fresh.
What the
Okay,
heck
if
did
you
I
must-
miss?
If you must know,
I must
if you
know.
must, okay, so I created a voice chat channel called Movie Night and a text channel called Movie Night Chat Room. And I've been testing out live streaming in the Discord to try and learn how to use it and figure out ways that we can use it to engage the community more. So last night I just started watching movies randomly. I started with oh gosh, I can't remember now.
I know you watched Men in Black because that's
was
what you had
Men
when
in
I popped
Black
in
was-
for a minute.
Yeah, that was the second movie, and then the third movie was Alfred Hitchcock's Catch a Thief with Cary Grant and Grace Kelly, which was awesome. So we had movie night. It was great. I made popcorn. I'm sorry, Shalene.
I was
And then, like,
I had to
just
be
as she
out of
gets-
town.
She
I was-
just got home, and then
I'm like, yes, I'm here. I'm gonna start movie night, and I'm like, okay, guys.
And missed it.
Boost
missed it by
GLR.
that much.
Boost GLR in the chat says The Golden Child was the first movie. That's right. Boost GLR was also there for movie night, as was Nephthys Nile. She put in the request for some Hitchcock. So, but
I
yeah,
was
we
bitterly
should
disappointed,
actually
man.
we should make a point at least like maybe once a month, to do a movie night.
Okay, next
Um,
time I'm gonna
free
be there,
file.
and we're gonna watch Jeremiah Johnson.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sounds good.
I don't even know what that movie is, actually.
But
You know the nodding guy meme, the GIF with the nodding guy, like the mountain man, and he's like,
oh
you know
yeah,
what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
It's that movie. It's my favorite movie.
that's awesome.
Really?
Yeah, since
Now
I was
I
a
wanna
see
kid.
it. Huh.
I've watched it hundreds of times. Like I can sing the whole song.
You're
Anyways,
glowing,
the Discord's been
so-
very busy. Shalene has now taken the top spot for the number of messages in the last 30 days. So
I'm
one
not
would
proud of that.
one would think one would wonder whether she's getting any work done at all.
Mm-hmm.
Rumor is she isn't.
So she's very productive in the Discord. I mean, she's averaging 20 messages a day.
Dude
I don't
Fuse,
think we need to talk about this anymore.
Dude Fuse is asking, do you see the movie in the stream?
Yeah, so the way the stream works
So
is that
Is that-
so
is
the
that
person
exactly
who's
legal?
in the person in the live channel.
We don't have to talk about that either, Rick.
This is going live on the internet now.
No, Discord knows what's up. So, what we stream is Google Chrome, and we will leave it at that.
Gosh, you sound like a
Technically, Google
billionaire
Chrome
in a
is a
tax
game,
loophole.
so yeah, it is
Okay.
visible in the Discord channel.
All right. So now that we know that we are up to not at all illegal activity, Let's-
No, if Discord didn't want that to happen, all they have to do is fix it. But in the meantime,
Well, Discord doesn't care if it happens. It's the movie studios that care if it happens.
exactly. But I will say though, Discord, the streaming in Discord is pretty garbage.
this may be the
it-
first.
Doesn't work that well.
This
So
might be the first thing I edit from the podcast. Maybe, I don't know.
well, anyways.
I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. You never edit anything.
It's true. It's true.
It's a
it
good
would-
thing I'm in the middle of these two because
We'd be
Ay.
fighting.
Yeah.
All right, so we all know why we're. It looks so bad. We're just like trying to figure out which
I
direction
don't know
everyone
which
is,
direction.
and then we're off screen making our gestures. But anyway, we all know why we're actually here. It's not to hear either you, vendor, or me talk. It's to hear Shalene talk about the news.
If you like news, you're gonna love our next segment.
What happened in the wonderful world of Fallout, Shalene?
Okay, before we start on the news, I just have to respond to a comment in the chat. Van Sylvan asks if I ever got the Elder Maxon coat because he did, and it's glorious, warm and toasty, and he's had so many compliments. I did not order the Elder Maxon coat. he sent me a link to buy an Elder Maxon coat, and I wanted one, but like I didn't need to be buying an Elder Maxon coat at this time in my life. Yeah.
No.
But it was highly. It looked like a great coat. Gosh, now I want it again. But no, I didn't buy the coat.
How much was it?
I don't remember. I think it was reasonably priced for a leather jacket.
Really?
But
It's $149 marked down from $429 on usajacket.com.
dang, I may have to get one. I may have to get one.
That's expensive.
I don't know if I would pay $149 for this.
Yeah.
I'd let a listener pay $149 to send me a coat.
Stop it right now. Stop.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, gotta
Be
draw the line.
careful with your words, Rick.
Anyways, I suppose we should talk about the news.
Okay, news. Inside the vault.
We don't
Inside the
have
vault.
our address.
Actually, we've given our address on numerous podcasts.
Oh, that's right.
It's in the description of every YouTube video. It's
I hate my
not that hard
teabag
to
string.
find. So
Vendor looks so annoyed.
Vendor's the only one who's still trying to do a podcast. Inside the Vault, the most recent Inside the Vault is discussing Reclamation Day. It is yesterday was the anniversary of Fallout 76 Reclamation Day.
Has it been a year
And
yet?
they have started a double XP weekend. So from Thursday the 14th through Monday the 18th, you can get double XP on both Adventure Mode and Nuclear Winter Mode. So that's a good thing. And they did also give a little update on the Nuclear Winter Halloween challenges. And now let me give you guys some background, right? So there were a series of different weapon and outfit skins that you could get for completing certain XP levels in Nuclear Winter. And at 14,000 XP, you could get a glowing skeleton outfit. And it just like glowed brightly, like it was full of LED lights. It was glorious. It was glorious. And a lot of people wanted this, and a lot of people worked really hard to get it. And I spent most of the weekend playing Nuclear Winter with Archin. He got it, and I was just lagging a bit behind in terms of XP. So on Monday night, Archie was like, hey, you want to go on and see if we can get you your skeleton suit? I'm like, sure, yeah, let's do that. So we play a couple rounds of Nuclear Winter. We have an epic, amazing round that I will talk about. I get like 700 XP, and we're like, yeah, I think that's enough for my skeleton suit. And about 10 minutes before that happened, they had taken the challenge down.
Ooh.
So they usually end these challenges on Tuesday morning when they take the server down for the regular maintenance. But this time they ended it on Monday night. And I'm going to read this verbatim from Bethesda's article. We noticed there was disappointment over when the Nuclear Winter Halloween challenges ended. They were scheduled to conclude at midnight on November 12th, but unlike our other events, this was scheduled to GMT rather than EST. Going forward, we will be crystal clear on the timing for these events, so there is no confusion. Unfortunately, we are not able to bring these challenges back immediately. However, we are planning to re-enable all of them, including their rewards, in mid-December. Additionally, our next set of themed challenges is slated to go live just a few days after that. Any Halloween challenge progress you made during the October event will be preserved and can be used to continue earning rewards when they return next month. So you'll have another chance to get that spooky glow-in-the-dark skeleton outfit. We'll get all the details together closer to December and provide a full update then. So,
Interesting.
I will get another chance at getting my skeleton outfit, which is a good thing. So I'm glad they made that right, because I was a little miffed that they had done this.
Right?
It's not the best.
That's not cool.
In addition to these notes from Inside the Vault, they put out a couple of hot fixes. No big news. It was just mostly stability things. And the previous Inside the Vault was just Halloween event stats. That's all it was just straight up Halloween stats. And I feel like they've been very tight-lipped with these communications since the launch of Fallout First. which is not the best. It's not the best. The purpose of Inside the Vault is to keep an open line of communication between the developers and the community. That's why they created this weekly newsletter, and they're not using it the way that they intended to. So we'll see.
Interesting.
Not at all a theme going on here.
Yeah, but Fallout 4, let's talk about that.
What?
Yeah, Fallout 4. It's been a while since we've had some Fallout 4 news.
Talk about a blast from the past.
I know, right? Just wait. It's going to get blastier and pastier as we go along.
That hurt a little.
It did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was really bad. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a week. You're lucky that I'm awake right now. Fallout 4 Creation Club sneak peek is what this article is. And they are having a new workshop type and several quests coming to Fallout 4 via Creation Club later this year. So virtual workshops, this is a virtual workshop that has limitless resources, huge building limits, placeable enemy spawns so you can set up your own custom encounters, weather, music, visual filters, so you can craft a VR pod and hook it up to a power source and a terminal, and then you can transport yourself into any landscape and several iconic Fallout locations like the Atomic Crater, a desert island, or GNR Plaza. And this bundle includes 40 new workshop items, and most of these can be crafted in your normal traditional workshops as well. So you can build your own Tranquility Lane simulation, is what I'm getting out of this. And I am absolutely not planning on setting up an evil experiment in mine. I have no idea what you're talking about there. Certainly not. Capital Wasteland Mercenaries is a creation that's coming as well. It will include 8 new mercenary outfits, 2 of each classic Fallout 3 style: the Veteran, Troublemaker, Charmer, and Adventurer armor sets. And yeah, I know. They returned to the original concept art when they created these to give them a bit of a fresh appearance.
Nice.
So to obtain these armors, you will have to do a quest to fight the good fight in the Capital Wasteland by helping a ragtag group of mercenaries defend GNR. So you'll return to this iconic setting and fight off an antagonistic military company that has taken over the radio station. In addition, there is a CR-74L combat rifle, and this gun has a fully automatic rifle with several different faction skins that you can use to customize it, and it also includes a holotape manual and a virtual companion, a helpful guide as you learn the rifle's make and history. There's also a quest to retake Quincy, the Gunners versus the Minutemen. And this can be done whether or not you have joined the Minutemen, although you'll find they are sturdier allies if you've helped reestablish them in the Commonwealth. As an extra reward, this creation contains 6 new power armor skins for T-45, 51, 60, and X-01. 3 of these celebrate the Minutemen, and 3 celebrate the Gunners. There's also a Tesla cannon, which of course is a fabulous energy weapon. And this creation includes custom modifications, 2 attack styles, and a quest that has you tracking down a missing gunner crew. There's also customizable vault suits. Behind every vault suit is a number, and with Vault Tech, every number has its own story. With this content, you can modify or clean your suit at any armor workbench, or try out a more classic look with utility jumpsuits from the Capital Wasteland. You can choose any vault number between 1 and 120 and pick from 7 different colors to help you customize your suit. And I think that's really a fun thing to do, like, because then you can go with some of the more like fan fiction vaults. Like you can do Vault 97, like West Vault Radio, Susan's Vault, West Vault Radio. I just think that would be really fun.
Yeah,
it's a neat time. So
I wonder how much this stuff's going to cost, because Creation Club's money.
It is a bit expensive. Yeah, Creation Club is actual money. I'm guessing they're going to be about $8 a piece. That's my guess.
That's not too bad, depending on how long the quests are. So I'm not.
Most of the creations that had decent quests were about $8. So we'll see.
You know, now correct me if I'm wrong, but Creation Club is not. Is it sanctioned user content?
Yeah, it is created by modders. But these modders are contracted with Bethesda, so they're working as contractors basically. So it's Creation Club things. They're compatible with achievements, and they've been through quality control, so they're not going to conflict with any of your other stuff. So
I just wonder if we're ever going to see any actual expansions. You know what I mean?
Well, not for Fallout 4. That's kind of
Well,
an
why
old game.
not? Because Bethesda's not going to put any resources to it.
Yeah, they're not.
I know, so that's what I'm saying. If they're contracting a modder, I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's just another way to try and inject some longevity into this title so that there's some kind of Fallout content for us,
Yeah. No, I think it's cool though.
Yeah. So something that's less cool.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Fallout 76 Interactive Map Maker was banned for allegedly reporting a bug.
Do what?
And this is from hothardware.com. Bethesda has seriously hurt its relationship with fans of the franchise.
Again.
And yeah, I know.
Rinse and repeat, Bethesda.
The group discovered a bug in the game, and they reported it, and they were banned from the game. The creator of Map 76 says that the ban came after he and his group discovered a flaw that allows players to easily acquire legendary drops. He ran experiments and found the way that players were tricking the purveyor into taking caps instead of script for legendary drops. And after figuring out how the exploit was being done, he had performed so many changes, he was unsure what was causing it to work. He said that he started backing out changes and eventually discovered that the exploit worked only if the player changed the faction after a trade was initialized. He said it was late after making the discovery and he went to bed. And in the meantime, someone within his group reported the exploit. When he woke up, his account had been banned. It's possible that some of the misbegotten loot was in the account when Bethesda banned everyone who had used the exploit, and that the bug finder was just caught in a swipe of the ban hammer. But he reports that some of the people in the group have been unbanned, but most are still banned. And once he was banned, he asked for a refund and was denied, but the refund was later given as a special exception. Map 76 says that Bethesda has stopped caring about the players and the game a long time ago, and he has vowed to give up on the game.
Oof.
The Map 76 website closed as of the time of the writing of this article. So,
well,
Okay.
can't,
yeah,
we warned you.
that was
Sucks. That really sucks.
not great.
That does sound like a bit of bad timing, though.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, they reported, maybe they were not clear enough in reporting who is involved in finding this bug.
Yeah, it sounds like a miscommunication, a bad timing.
It
But
does.
still, he should be unbanned.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
think they should have done that.
I'm almost a little bothered that this article was written at all.
Really?
Well, because I do think that it was simply just a miscommunication.
Yeah.
But the article kind of makes it more than that, which
Well-
sends the wrong message.
Well, it's
to the
really
community.
popular to hate on Bethesda right
Yeah.
now.
Exactly.
Bethesda
And
basically-
so this is just throwing paraffin to the flame.
Yeah, but Bethesda is basically just saying, take the money and shut up, kid. They're not unbanning him. They just gave him a refund. So, that's a bummer.
Bethesda.
Yeah. Guys, I did have a really hard week. I know I've talked about that already, but it's been a really hard week and I would like to go shopping. Yeah.
So, vendor. Ballistic bargains.
So I also included, in addition to Ballistic Bargains, the new stuff in the physical store, so we
Yeah.
can go through that too if you
Yeah, I
want.
Oh,
wasn't-
okay.
I
Let's
wasn't
roll
sure.
through that first.
I wasn't sure what that was. Yeah. So,
Yay. Wow, there's a ton of new stuff in the Fallout store. Also, if you register to win, with a purchase, you can get a $100 gift card. You can enter into a draw for a $100 gift card through 6 p.m. Eastern, November 20th, 2019. That was literally just a pop-up ad that came up as I opened the site. So there's lots of new items on pre-order. You can now get a quantum stainless steel water bottle. It's the Swell style water bottle.
I already ordered that.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
I have the Vault one and I have the Nuka-Cola one, and I take them to work every day with my iced tea. I love them.
Oh my. In addition, man, there is a lot of stuff. I don't think we can go through all of this, but
I have them sorted by what's new. So
yeah, newest.
Yeah, sort by newest.
Yeah.
So we have these lithographs of the Christless showroom. There's a day version and a night version.
Mm-hmm. You can also get the New Vegas patch set, which looks really cool. It's a Mojave Express postal badge, as well as the New California Republic, and then the
Caesar's Legion
Bowl. Yeah.
I really want a Mojave Express patch.
Can you
as a postal worker, I would love to just wear that to work at the post office.
Is it like a felony to add that to your uniform?
I don't have a uniform because I live in a small town. So
no, it's not.
All bets are off. All bets are off. You can also get the Nuka-Cola Mini Bottle Series 2 Collector's Bundle for $140. That's available for pre-order, as is the Nuka-Cola Mini Bottle Series 2 set for $10. And that's available for pre-order. Also, you can get NCR Armor Tees for pre-order. It's kind of a shoddy shirt with a cheap logo screened onto it.
I don't see it. NCR Armor. It doesn't look anything like NCR Armor to me.
It's basically just a fist, and it says 319-4392-2145.
And the back has got an NCR
and then the back
logo.
says NCR. Yeah.
It doesn't look anything like it.
I was gonna say, I think a laser blaster would just go straight through that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you can also pick up the Free States Revolutionary flag on pre-order.
You skipped a good one, vendor.
Okay, why don't you just go through the store? Just go.
There's a Tunnel Snakes flask. A Tunnel Snakes flask and lighter. So.
It could be redacted because he's in Canada.
Okay, sorry, vendor.
No, keep going.
Okay, after the Free States Revolutionary
Maybe I should get in the
flag,
middle between you two.
Maybe so. There is a limited edition endurance perk card, and it's like a metal die-cast card. It's $30, which seems a little pricey to me. Holiday ornaments are on sale for $15, so you can get all of the special bobbleheads as Christmas tree ornaments for $15. That's a pretty good deal. And there is a Vault Boy tree topper also available for $15. In addition to some ugly holiday sweaters, there's a Vault Tech one in like green checks and red checks on the sleeves. And there is one that has the Vault Boy's body, but then it's your head that comes out of the neck. It's horrifying. Skis for $400 if you would like some Fallout themed skis. I guess you could use those to create a melee weapon. I don't know.
A shot ski. Wait, no, what is it?
The ski sword.
So it says limited to one item per customer, and I feel like with Bethesda here and their reputation as of late, they'd only send you one ski.
Oh, jeez.
We thought it was a snowboard.
Like, was it not clear on the website? Only one per
customer.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a pretty good dig. There is a Party Boy tee for the tea of the month, and also a tumbler featuring the Party Boy logo on it. The Lucky 38 poker set is $150. Like, that's really cool, but that is pricey.
Yeah, I really want one, actually. It's pretty rad.
I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. There are things in Bethesda's online store that are way
Yeah.
overpriced, and the shipping costs. I mean,
You can get a
stupid.
craps table mat for $30. An NCR Veteran Ranger backpack for $60.
That's awesome looking.
It looks pretty cool. There are 2 versions of a Great War lithograph featuring like a man and woman in an embrace. And there's a pre-war version where they're in lovely clothes and everything's sunny and beautiful. And a post-war version where there's nukes in the background and they're wearing
those.
vault suits. It's pretty cool.
They should have made it flippable.
Oh, that would have been cool too. Strangely, they're different prices. The before is $60 and the after is $50.
Mhm.
So
You got to pay more for peace.
I guess, I don't know. There is a Great War Doomsday Clock t-shirt that is available for $25, which is just a clock set at the time.
It's oh right, yeah, that's right. Was
Yeah,
it?
it's
Was
weird.
it?
This is the wrong time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it
it's not the right
10:10?
I think
10 of
so.
10?
But I was gonna say it would even make more sense if it was at the 11th hour.
Yeah. I don't know. That's odd. There's an atomic blast lamp available. I think it looks kind of like cauliflower.
It does.
There are some Cappy sunglasses. So you can look for hidden Cappies all around your own home. An NCR Civilian Ranger hoodie. It's okay. It looks okay. There is a cute little dog meat plushie and some Fallout snowboards available as well. These are $400 too. Yeah, and that's about it. That's all
Cool.
the notable new
That's a lot of
things.
stuff. That's a lot of stuff. I like the railroad flag. That's pretty rad.
Yeah, there are a few other things actually scrolling
there's a
down.
lot.
They're quite, but we don't have time for that.
No.
I really want to get the Jangles the Moon Monkey, but it's $30 and it would be $40 in shipping. So
Oof.
yeah.
Well, those are definitely not any sort of. Well, there's a couple bargains to be had there, but really, I used the sound drop for that. I didn't know how we were leading into the ballistic bargains thing, but I guess we're gonna do
Right,
that now.
ballistic bargains. So the update 14 items in sales as of November 12th. Bethesda has added a bunch of stuff to the Atomic Shop that you can now unlock using atoms. You've purchased or earned by completing in-game challenges, of course. This includes a free item, the Wavy Willard player icon, available until November 19th. New items include Corvega turret skin set for 700 atoms, Inventor laser gun, and the Home Defense wallpaper set. You can also get the Home Defense wallpaper set, which includes the Big Vert Stripes wallpaper, Blue Gold Triangles wallpaper, and the TV wallpaper. Items coming back, available until 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on November 19th, includes the Green Thumb bundle, also the Camouflage Power Armor paint, Plague Doctor mask, Cactus set, Deathclaw topiary, as well as carnivorous plants, the tiered succulents, flower arrangement set, and Wavy Willard plushie as well. And if you are heading out of the Atomic Shop and into the vault, they've placed some items on sale that they want you to keep an eye on, available till the 19th, which includes a large succulent set, white picket fence set, the vault plushie, alien poster, black dagger, steel alien blaster, and the radioactivity player icon, as well as the rocket ship, the red rocket ship player icon. Things on sale this week from November 12th to the 19th. The Mo Diggs clean set, that's 10% off. And then also starting today is the Ultrasight prototype power armor paint set. That sale ends tomorrow. The Coal Dust excavator power armor paint set, which starts tomorrow and ends on the 17th. You can get that for 30% off. The Raider Skull Mask starts on the 17th, ends on the 18th, and a sale of the Ready Photo Mode Pose for 40% off, 90 atoms. You can get that on November 18th, and that sale closes on the 19th. So not as much new stuff and returning stuff in the Atomic Shop this go around, but that's what they've got.
I'm also a little disappointed that the new stuff has consistently been icons lately.
Yeah.
There hasn't been any clothing items or camp fun things for a while. It's just been player icons.
And also skins. It's just been a bunch of skins, like power armor paint skin and gun skins, and so, but whatever. It's not like I'm gonna go in there and buy it anyways. So, but that's it for the Atomic Shop. Ta-da!
Well, speaking of shots fired, Vendor fires the first volley at Bethesda with the salt shots.
Yeah.
And I've got no gameplay. Shalene has some gameplay, I think. But Vendor. Well, actually, let's do Shalene's
Vendor's first.
Oh, really? We're gonna do the nailed it now?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, this was my gameplay. So, guys, I'm bringing back TFS Nailed It. I'm sorry it went a little bit of a hiatus there. School life gets in the way, and eating real food kind of falls by the wayside. But this time, I took advantage of the official Fallout cookbook written by our lovely Victoria Rosenthal, who we are planning to have on the show eventually. And this time, let me just grab the book here. I made Mutant Mantis Marsala.
Ooh.
And so here's the picture of it, and here's the recipe. And basically, so what I did, actually, if you want to cue the pictures, now's a good time for show and tell.
Which one there?
So basically what I did was I took some chicken breasts and I put them between two pieces of like plastic wrap, and I smashed them out real good to thin them out. And then on a plate, I added like just sort of like a batter that I tossed them in. And then in this pot that you see here on screen, I added, so it would have been shallots, leek, garlic, and I sauteed those up just in some oil. And then the recipe also calls for mushrooms, but I don't really eat a lot of mushrooms, so I didn't include those.
Delicious.
I also threw in dried apricots, and I deglazed the pan. It calls for sweet Marsala wine, but that doesn't exist here. It's just not a thing. So I ended up having to use regular like Red Dragon cooking wine and then use like a Marsala paste and like reduce it down that way. And then so I brought that to a simmer, which is what you see here. And then what I did was I tossed the chicken in the flour / cayenne pepper, salt, pepper, and thyme. And I baked them in the oven for about, I don't know, it's like maybe 10 minutes or something like that, 15 minutes, just to get them cooking. And then what I did was after I had made the sort of topping for the chicken, I took that out and then I used the remaining bits of that I did it the other way around. I pan-seared the chicken first and then I used the juices from the chicken to make the Marsala. So yeah. And so the complete product was delicious. It was so good, you guys. I highly recommend it. That was the Mutant Mantis Chicken Marsala in the official Fallout Vault Dwellers cookbook.
That
Nice.
looks really good, Vendor.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. It was just chicken breasts. I just smashed it out real good. The leek was a nice touch. I never thought of putting leek in it, so that was really nice. And it actually turned out pretty good despite not having the actual sweet Marsala wine. So
Now, is this isn't this kind of a not Mediterranean, but like Middle Eastern, like turmeric and other? Isn't that what Marsala is?
Marsala is a Indian dish.
Indian,
yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Well, cool.
So, which brings us to our next recipe. You guys
I'm
ready?
so excited. This is
Drum
my
roll.
favorite segment of the show.
Okay, I'm just picking random. Oh, we've already done this one. This was the duck udon. Okay, let's do it again. Here we go. This page. Perfectly preserved pie.
Really?
So we will be doing
Oh my
The
goodness,
perfectly
Rick,
preserved
that was
pie.
perfect timing. I don't know if you can see mine, but mine is in the background there as well.
It's got dust all over it.
Oh man, that thing costs so much money to ship because it's about 15 pounds of polymer clay. I remember making those.
Dusty?
Yeah, so the perfectly preserved pie, it says, the recipe says, after retrieving a delicious slice of perfectly preserved pie from a Portadiner Vault Tech, whisked it away to the lab and came up with this real humdinger of a dessert. While this is a satisfying dessert to make, it makes me appreciate how convenient it is to just pick up a 200-year-old slice from just about any Portadiner. So that's pretty funny. You have to have +4 luck for 4 hours, part of your special, to be able to make this. The difficulty says that it's hard. Prep time is 2 hours, cook time 3 hours,
Ooh.
and it serves 8 slices, and it pairs well with red wine. Well, I love cheesecake, and this looks like just a standard New York style cheesecake, so it should be okay. I've made that before. Spring form pan, yada yada yada. Oh, look at that! Look at that, you guys.
That looks delicious.
Beautiful.
right. Yeah, I'm excited.
Looks so much better than
So
Chinese food.
I
had
will report back in 2 weeks and let you know how that goes.
tonight. All right. Wonderful. So, Shalene?
Fantastic. Well, I did play a bunch of Fallout 76. Not this week. This week I was like away from home all the time, just working constantly. It's not the best. But over the weekend I played a bunch. I played some adventure mode, and I loaded in to the world, and I was at my camp at our lovely lake that Fallout show. And I looked up, and there was Vendertron's camp, and I was like, oh, Vender's camp. And I looked again, and it was not, in fact, Vender's camp. It was some other person where Vender should be. The audacity. The audacity. I was really I was horrified, shocked, and appalled. So I went over to explore, right? I had to have a look, and I just went through all their medicine cabinets, and I was just combing through their camp to see if they had anything I could use against them to get them to vacate Vender's lot. There was not. It was a lovely camp. It was a really nice camp. And they had this cool outhouse that I had never seen before. And you can interact with the outhouse, and a little mole rat pops up out of the toilet hole.
Oh my gosh, really?
Ugh.
Yeah, it was gross and ridiculous and hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah,
Ew.
all of those things. I did leave a bag of rotten vegetables on their porch, just as a statement to tell them that this is where Bender lives, and you don't belong here. I'll have you
Nice.
move right along.
Real nice.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I was not a welcoming neighbor to these people. I was very nice, except for the bag of rotten vegetables. I did buy some things. from
Get
their
off my
store.
lawn.
But this is lovely. I love what you've done with this retaining wall. It's so nice.
Yeah. Have you received your new copy of the Homeowners Association manual?
Section
Yeah,
1, Article 3 says
Yeah.
move.
Yeah. I just wanted to welcome you to the neighborhood and tell you that you have to leave now.
Yes, I'll take
don't
them a
like your kind
casserole
here.
with like leaves spelled
my
out in
friends.
cheese on the top.
Yeah, 4 Mile in the chat says, haha, you want Shalene on your side. If there's anybody on a homeowners association that is like you, Shalene, I definitely want to be on your good side because, then you get all the perks.
Actually, I'm incredibly against homeowners associations.
Right?
I think they're horrible. I think somebody else is going to tell me what I can and can't do with the land I purchased.
They are
Like,
filled with
no.
a bunch of Karens.
But what
Yes.
if, what
A
if
bunch
you
of
live next to a
Karens.
guy that like puts like collects porta potties in his front yard,
That's his right.
but filled porta potties and it
This
stinks?
is America.
This
But
is
it
America.
stinks because then when the stench rolls over into your property, it's now affecting your personal space. Do you see how this works?
Well,
So-
I mean,
yeah.
I'd take that up with him personally.
With
I
the
mean,
So,
I don't need a
flamethrower.
homeowners association.
Carlo's parents live at the end of a cul-de-sac, and this younger couple moved in next door. And they're really nice people. Like they've helped them.
I love
like
how this is starting.
the guy is a plumber, and he's helped them with their toilets in the house because they're having issues with their toilets or something. And but like I'm like totally beside myself. Like I stayed with Carlo for the month of October, and I was like, these are the worst neighbors ever. Like they have like pieces of like furnace just like sitting out in their driveway. And like the city won't take it away because it's not garbage. You have to take it to a dump, but and now there's like a bent water heater just like sitting on their and it's like really junky. And the last time I was there, they had like a baby stroller, and it was just like tipped on its side, just laying there. And they were building, it had just snowed, and they were building a snowboard ramp in their backyard
Nice.
and having a bonfire.
Awesome.
Which was cool until 4 o'clock in the morning when the music stopped. So yeah, nice people, but
you know what this means, Vendor? You know what this means?
What?
We're getting old.
No, I've always hated having neighbors.
Having
Always.
fun.
So,
No, I know what you mean. We have a neighbor that his yard is filled with PCs.
The yard?
Yes.
But
Yes.
why though?
Don't know. And every once in a while I see his light on in his basement and it's filled with PCs. like
his front yard, backyard.
well, backyard because the front sits up on a road. But
That's
his,
like an
backyard,
episode of My Strange Obsession.
It's like printers and PCs.
Is it like a graveyard?
I don't know.
like
He could
a-
be dead in there.
PC hardware
think-
graveyard?
I think what it is, he's a scrapper. Like gets the stuff and gets the gold out. That's what I guess.
Oh, that
Interesting.
makes sense.
Yeah, but still, they're everywhere. It's like he
Yeah.
moved in. He's like, hey, put my stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you're
my
living in the-
neighbors on this side are the people who own the restaurant next door, which they're lovely, lovely people. They're so nice to us. And then back here, we have a lovely older couple, and they bring us tomatoes all summer. Lovely people. And then to the other side, I have my workplace, the post office. So I'm doing pretty good for neighbors.
Yeah.
Got it on lock.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
be kind to your neighbors in the wasteland.
indeed.
Don't leave them a bag of spoiled vegetables because they might nuke your house.
Well, just stay off of that Fallout Show Lake, unless you're us.
You'll be subject to my. Never, I don't know. I got nothing.
So I was playing adventure mode with Archon. We were just derping around, doing some daily challenges. It was a good time, and I was using a railway rifle, right? And so Archon
excuse me?
asks, a railway rifle.
Well,
Yeah. Okay.
A railway rifle.
Yeah.
Yes, I bought it from Billy, and I had the
This
railway
is my
rifle.
Fava Elma.
Yes.
Bowie and 4C.
And I had the railway rifle, and Archon's like, oh, hey, did you find like a cool legendary railway rifle? And I was like, no, I just had a bunch of these railroad spikes. Because of course he assumed I must have a good reason for using it, but my reason was I had a pocket full of railroad spikes, and it goes toot toot when you reload it. That was my reason for using it. So I hear like a tortured sigh over the microphone. He's like, can I mod your railway rifle? Like, okay. So I turn over the railway rifle, and I'm just like hanging out while he mods it. I hear him tinkering around on the workbench. And then I hear like, oh, that's ridiculous. She has to have that. And I'm like, oh gosh, what is he doing to this gun? Like, what is he doing? And he gives it back, and it's automatic and has a bayonet on it.
Probably rusty too.
So now I have an automatic bayoneted railway rifle.
Goodness.
And And of course, Jim Justice happened to be wearing the Civil War gown with the top hat.
Steampunk. Nice.
So with this gun, I looked so steampunk. It was great. And I just got to run through Morgantown, just killing stuff with an automatic railway rifle with a bayonet on it. It was glorious.
Does it
was
still
really fun.
Great.
Does it still do the dismemberment pin to the wall thing?
I haven't noticed that.
I
No.
was gonna say I wouldn't think it would. The physics in
Yeah.
this one are a bit less than 4.
The spikes do stick in the wall, and
Nice.
sometimes they stick in the wall even when you weren't near the wall, when you were shooting at the wall.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's a little odd, but it does do a little train whistle when you reload it, so it's like toot toot, and I quite enjoy that.
All
quite a
aboard the
lot.
Gettysburg Express to hell.
So yeah, just imagine a large pink-haired man in a lovely Civil War era gown with a top hat and a bayoneted railway rifle, and that's what my weekend looked like. We played a lot of Nuclear Winter together, Archon and I, as I said earlier, for these Halloween rewards, and that was fun. This is the first time I've spent really a lot of time with Nuclear Winter. I like hanging out in Vault 51. I think it's neat. There's some neat lore sprinkled everywhere. It's decorated very interestingly for the Halloween holiday. And there are a lot of different rooms. It's cool. I think it's really unfortunate that you only get to spend like a minute in the vault before it kicks you into Nuclear Winter. And Archon was saying that he really wished you could access the vault. Even if there was, nothing interactable, you could just access it and see it without actually playing a round of Nuclear Winter, just to be able to explore it at your leisure.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, it'd be really neat.
Yeah, not on a time crunch.
Yeah, and you don't get to keep the holotates and stuff. They don't carry back to adventure mode. So that's pretty
Really?
lame. Yeah. It's really, I'm sorry guys, there's like a gnat in my room.
you keep doing this. Like I took what I thought was a breath strip. I just see flowers in the air now.
I'm sorry,
Like
guys.
Hendrix
I'm sorry.
makes so much sense now too.
It's not a tic tac. Not a tic tac.
Stop, you guys. I only do drugs in video games. Okay?
That's why I play VR all the time.
Just say no. Just say no, everyone. Nuclear Winter.
Holy Christ.
We tend to do pretty well at Nuclear Winter. And we've been using a strategy of kind of staying near the fire and like moving in close to the fire. So we're always guarded on one side by the fire.
That's smart.
Seems to be a pretty good strategy. And it's always fun picking the drops because you never know for sure what you're going to get. Sometimes you think, okay, let's do a spicy drop this time and we'll go in over here at the prison. And then the time that you drop in there, there's no one there. Or you'll think, let's do a nice, calm, quiet drop and go to the golf course. And then there's 3 teams at the golf course. So it's not quite as predictable as a lot of other battle royales. The game is very rife with cheating. There's a lot of cheaters in Nuclear Winter. Lots of hacks. Yeah. Multiple times we were killed or witnessed other people being killed by players who were all the way across the map, which is not cool.
You had commented on this last time on the last episode of TFS.
Yeah, lots of cheaters. And one of our teammates actually showed us a place where you can just like glitch through the wall and hide in a building that you shouldn't be able to access.
Oh.
And it was potentially the cheapest thing I've ever done in a video game, ever.
Huh.
I hated myself a little bit.
You didn't have to.
Lots of cheating. Well, I just followed him in. I don't know.
Well, the good thing is though is that Bethesda's crack team is going to be fixing it.
Oh yes,
I do have to admit the Nuclear Winter has been my absolute favorite battle royale I've ever played though. It was.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, it was. No, it genuinely. They did the armor right, the weapons right. You know, it just you pick up armor, it's on. You don't have to like sit through menus and sort stuff, and you know, I liked that.
Yeah. But despite the cheaters, we did still have quite a bit of fun. For me, the important thing with battle royales is not even the mechanics or the gameplay or anything like that. It's just having this open world playground where I can make bad choices with my friends. You know, it's stop it, Rick, stop. They're picking on me, audio listeners, because I have this net in my room and I wave at the net and
You need
but
the
yeah,
fan.
do I need the fan?
Yeah, just use the fan.
But yeah, let me just. Okay.
Everything's fine now.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. If Archon dies first, he kind of coaches me through the rest of the round. So I'll be like, what do I do? Because I'm very scared in battle royales. You guys know this.
Yeah.
Where do I go? What do I do? And he'll be like, hide behind this tree. Wait for this guy to run by. It's like, okay, there's someone to the left of you.
I mean, your fear has led to my first and only ever passive PUBG.
It's true.
Right. I wonder if that's the only complete pacifist chicken dinner that anybody's ever had, or if somebody else has ever achieved that.
No,
I'm sure it's happened before.
It's happened before.
Rare.
For sure. Rare, definitely, but.
And if I die first, I try and help Archon spot enemies because the spectate is in third person, so I feel like I have a wider field of view.
Right.
I don't know if I actually help in this capacity, but it makes me feel useful, which I appreciate. Everybody likes to feel useful. We did win a few rounds of Nuclear Winter by virtue of our teammates winning the rounds. Archon won one by himself in an epic standoff near Mama Dolce's. It was amazing.
Nicely done, Archon.
It was crazy. It was so tense. And I was like, oh, there's somebody behind the wood pile. And he turns and he gets him. He's in his inventory. And like, finally, he wins. And we were just like, just freaking out. We had to take a break. It was too tense. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Good. Yeah.
And one time we had a round. It was a great round where our entire team of 4 survived to the end of the game. So yeah, we got the rad chicken dinner and all 4 of us survived to the end of the game. It was really great.
And you get there's extra perk with that, right? If your team stays alive?
I think so, yeah. I think there's an extra. There are a lot of challenges for perk packs in Nuclear Winter. So
cool.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. So
very cool.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, I mean, you know, you, Shalene, you've been keeping a stiff upper lip with this game. You'd like it regardless of its foibles and flaws. And I think that's awesome. But Vendor, you and I think we both are kind of falling out of love a little bit with 76. Am I right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the scales have fallen from our eyes. We've awoken. We've taken the red pill. We see
Bethesda and I are on a break. We're on a break. You know, it's not you, it's me.
That always means it's you.
Yeah,
because it is. And I know that, you know, we've been asked a couple times by some of our listeners, like, well, what's going to happen with the show because of our, you know, disgust and disinterest, at least some of us with yes.
My dear, have you skipped a segment?
The challenge?
Well, yes, I have. I have totally.
Oh, I thought you were just doing a thing there.
No, I was smooth segueing right into the wrong segment. So, well, I'll shelve that.
Sorry.
Yeah, we'll just edit that part out.
I'm sorry.
Could have just.
So let's do the challenge.
This show's a challenge.
Last week we asked you guys to find the glyphs.
You failed.
And you failed. So alternatively,
do better next time.
We asked you to send us pictures of your tinfoil hat pics.
And you failed at that too.
And we also did not get any pictures of tinfoil hat pics, which makes us sad.
Yeah. Yeah, so y'all were on fire when we were talking about the conspiracy, like, oh, we're going to chip in, we're going to do it, man. And then, like, when we asked you, like, well, let's do it, let's have proof that you did it. We're like, proof? Proof that I did it? No. But two of you did, our one and lovely Gerfuffle. Actually, I think the Enclave, whoever's been running the Enclave in our Discord has been
that's
searching
Gerfuffle.
for these. Oh,
Yeah,
not the Enclave,
Gerfuffle?
Brotherhood of Steel.
That's Brock DeMock.
There you go. Those two have been, they've formed a bond. You've seen that meme with the two dudes clasping hands with the muscles a-pumping. You know what I'm talking about? They are them looking for this conspiracy. But let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go into the challenge here. We got 2 entries. This one's from Bit Trash Riot. And I think he's looking... I think he got to how I was. Like, every single rock formation or pattern, I'm like, could that be it? Is that it? I think it's it. It could be it. I have a feeling that's it. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe they're in 5 pieces. And so I don't think this is part of the Horse Creek petroglyphs, but good on you, mate, for trying. And then we've got Gerfuffle posting. It says, the Enclaves continue to turn up empty-handed in our search for anything regarding the tetraglyphs. I'm just going to assume he meant petroglyphs. But anyway, so it looks like the count on anything more with this is still nil. And I won't be continuing to seek this conspiracy, but you guys can have at it. It's a bummer, man. Anyway, so that's last week's challenge. Are we going to do the challenge we have written here? I mean, I think we should.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
All right, so this week's challenge. And I think a lot of other places are doing this as well, including Fallout. Bethesda, whatever you want to call it, Fallout itself. How about some Thanksgiving feast photos? I'm trying to think of a clever name. Can you guys help, maybe? I mean,
No.
Nothing clever? Nothing?
Who are you talking to? Expecting clever stuff.
What's close to a turkey in
Speak
Fallout?
for yourself.
Yeah.
A rad chicken, maybe? I don't know.
Radskiving?
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Pass the gravy.
Well,
Thanksgiving has come and gone in Canada, so...
Oh, really?
It's a moot point.
Yeah, it's on Columbus Day in Canada.
It was like last month, so...
You're all like done over there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, we want you to set up a feast somehow. Set up a setting, a place table. Is that what you were getting at, Shalina? You kind of...
Ari
Yeah,
Twitch
just whatever
says
you want to
cranberry
do.
dog.
Yeah. Maybe find an existing set table and take a picture there, or
with your friends and family.
Go into Fallout 4 or another Fallout and set up a lovely table.
Put some bits and squirrel bits on it. So take a picture of your friends with you at your Thanksgiving feast and pop that to us on Twitter using the hashtag TFS Challenge. That's hashtag TFS Challenge. So yeah. Anyway, kind of going back on what I was saying before with just kind of going back to the roots of things. So we had a few listeners ask us about what we were going to do with the show. Where we're going to take it? Are we going to go back to the originals? Blah, 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 blah. And the answer is yes to all that stuff. We're going to be going and taking a look back at some things. And to kind of like, not really to kick it all off, but I guess kind of. I wanted to take a segment and, look back at what got us into this sort of thing. And I wanted to throw it to you, Vendor, first. Just, kind of where you started with Fallout, like what you fell in love with, what hooked you, and just some memories of why we're here and why we do this show. Like, you know what I mean? Because you've made friends, obviously, I hope. I mean, we're here. And I don't know, just I thought we need some positivity in the Fallout world at this point.
Well, I started playing Fallout 3. That was my first exposure, I think, to the Fallout franchise. And I think the alluring attraction to the game was the whole idea of, the world has totally fallen apart, and you're alone. You really are alone. And you step out of the vault and you walk through, what is that town?
Springvale.
Springvale?
Springdale, I
super
think.
duper mart. You go through the school,
Mhm.
and there's those raiders, and it's just this really cool experience. Everything is destroyed. Um, you have to scrounge for stuff and just try to survive, and you're alone to your thoughts and to your gameplay. And you traverse the wasteland, and you meet people along the way, and you form new relationships. And I think for me it was that feeling of emptiness that the game brings, not like in its story or content or anything like that, but the emptiness that the environment makes the character or the person playing the character feel, in that you're just alone. You have to go through these subways, and it's dark, and it's dusty, and it's gross, and there's nothing around, nothing. And you're digging through like empty cans because you've run out of stim packs, and you're at half health, and you've got radiation, and you're dying, but it's fine because you got Billie Holiday on, and everything is great. Like, so I think it's weird because for me, the reason that I started liking Fallout was the idea of feeling alone in that universe, and the whole idea of the post-apocalyptic sort of mentality and stuff like that. So Fallout New Vegas was my intermittent game in between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, which was my favorite game. I replayed it probably half a dozen times completely. And it was a little bit different. Fallout New Vegas was a little bit different of a game. It didn't feel as post-apocalyptic as Fallout 3 did. And I feel like New California, or the Mojave, was more established. The factions were more established than those in Fallout 3. I felt like the people in Rivet City were just trying to survive,
Mhm.
and the people in Megaton were just trying to survive. But New Vegas was different. Like, there was the Strip, and it was just booming, and the NCR was busy, and they were like moving supplies and building things, and it was just sort of evolving. So that was really cool, but you still kind of felt alone. But then you get Eddie, and that like was just awesome. Eddie was just awesome. I mean, look at him. I got him right here. Look. Oh god.
Did you kill him?
No, so 11 from Stranger Things fell into my jar of water.
She's in the deprivation tank.
She's crossing over to the upside down. No, I mean, look at him. Look how cute he is.
Aw.
Like, isn't he just adorable? Oh, it's kind of blurry. I don't know if I can make it.
Let's not forget Danny.
Hold your hand behind it
There
so
we
that it
go.
stops focusing on your face.
No, I don't have it on autofocus.
Oh, it's not on auto?
No. Look at him. Isn't he cute?
That's
He's got all
great.
his little things.
Did you make that?
Yeah, I made it out of polymer clay.
That's amazing.
I know. Anyway, so Eddie was
Humble too.
Eddie was great. He was my hero in Fallout New Vegas because he, seen a bad guy and he was gone. He's like, let's get him, shooting him with his gun, and you're like, wait up, I'm coming with my gun, and like, I don't know where you are, but it's cool. So, and I played Fallout New Vegas over and over. It was great. Fallout 4 was pretty good. Something between Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4, I think it was my life circumstances had changed. I became more of a professional in my industry, which changed, I guess, the person that I am. So I looked at Fallout 4 differently than I do Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. So I think it was more of a personal transformation that influenced how I feel about Fallout 76 and Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was still pretty good, but I didn't like it nearly as much Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. And then Fallout 76 was this multiplayer that I've always wanted, but then I realized wasn't really what I wanted once it was there. And it made me kind of reflect back on Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas and that whole feeling of being alone in the wasteland that I really just really gravitated towards. Not to say that I don't like playing with you guys in Fallout 76, but there's just something about that feeling of emptiness. Like, I am alone here. There is nothing. And I have to survive. And like, am I going to make it back to Rivet City? And I did do a couple of playthroughs, especially in Fallout 4, where I didn't fast travel.
Oh my, yeah.
And that was a lot slower of a playthrough, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
And then, like, you know, like, just one of the other things too is like with me, there are some vivid memories of what really, you know, like being with the community as far as that's concerned. That really solidified my experience. Like, and like, I just was curious about some of that stuff that you've had over the years too with the gaming community, because I know you've met friends. Not even talking about me or Shalene, but you've met other friends through this. Haven't you?
No.
I thought Jess.
I thought that's how you met Jess.
I met Jess through you guys,
Yeah.
through the show.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we all, you know, but you met Jess because of this
The
franchise.
show existed
basically.
because of a Fallout podcast.
Well, but I never, like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, no, I was just trying to think of like what things happened, you know, like because of the game, like extracurricular things that have happened that have positively impacted your experience with the game, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like for me, like obviously the show, meeting you guys. I know Shalene, you'd probably mention E3.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Getting no purchase from you two tonight.
Sorry.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
Sorry. Oh dear.
I mean, for me, it was that show that shall not be named. When you fall in love with Fallout, you know that you have become a true fan when you start purchasing merch like bobbleheads and start listening to Fallout podcasts and start dressing up at Halloween as Fallout characters. And I remember, so Tank Boom is one of my close friends who lives here in the city that I live in, and she had a Fallout themed birthday.
Nice.
So you know the guy that sits outside of Rivet City and he's always asking for a bottle of water, and his one leg is crossed over the other, and he's got this ratty shirt on with all these holes, and he's dirty. I dressed
killed
up
him
as
once, and I was horrified.
I dressed up as him for her
You
birthday.
dressed up as him?
Yeah. So I had these like ripped white shorts, beige shorts on, and then I had this sweater with like these
you
holes.
Dressed as a water beggar.
Yeah, it was great. And it was awesome. Like, she had this whole Fallout themed birthday party. She had made the perfectly preserved pie, and she had like little tins of like candies, and she labeled them Mentats, and like, it was just all this like themed stuff, Nuka-Cola, and yeah, when you do stuff like that, it brings people together. The game does bring people together.
Yeah.
Beyond just playing it.
Yeah, it definitely does. And that's cool that I don't think I've ever been to a Fallout themed party. None of my friends were that cool. Shalene would have been over at the Mentats just like somebody was like,
I would have been so smart.
I was gonna say they're gonna be like, Shalene, those are just Smarties. And be like, oh. Darn it.
Yeah.
Well, like, what
I don't know.
What about you, Shalene? Like, same thing. Like, what were those first moments from Fallout that really like hooked you into it, and some like things that happened to IRL that were like, this is why I love Fallout.
Well, to briefly sort of talk about, my history with the franchise, I also began with 3. 3 was my first one. I rented it. I had no idea what it was. No idea. I saw the cool guy in the power armor. I thought that looked pretty good. I played mostly shooters at that time in my life. I was mostly a shooter girl. And
That's a whole different definition for. Never mind.
okay, sorry. Sorry.
Jesus.
I don't even know what you're referring to. I'm too
I
innocent
do.
to even understand the reference.
Continue.
But I was playing Fallout 3. I rented it, and it was this completely different I rented it. It was a
You rented it?
yes, like from GameFly. I had a
Holy
GameFly
hell.
membership.
You had a GameFly
Yeah.
membership?
I had a GameFly.
Oh my.
Yeah. And I got it from GameFly, and it was this completely different experience from anything I had ever played before. And over a weekend, I played like 30 hours of this game. And I started thinking
Jeez.
like I didn't know what I was doing. It was like I couldn't figure out how to change my weapons, and like it was horrible. It was a disaster. And I couldn't put it down. Like I was like stinky, and my hair was greasy, and like I was just sitting there playing this game, and I thought this game is gonna wreck my life. And I got legitimately scared of how into this game I was. So I sent
Right?
it back. I sent
Oh.
it back. And a month or 2 later, I realized that I was still living in this world in my head. I was still hearing this 50s music and thinking about that aesthetic and the things I'd done and the characters I'd met, and wondering, I wonder if I could have explored this building. I wonder what would have been in there. And so I purchased a copy, and the rest is history.
Huh.
Yeah, it's New Vegas. Loved New Vegas. Yeah, it was formative for me, and I've always loved apocalypse stories all my
Mhm.
life. I've always loved apocalypse stories, even as a kid. Like I was a young child, and my favorite movies were like Mad Max and yeah. But yeah, it's and I live in this super rural area. I talk about it a lot. I'm sure you guys are all sick of hearing about it, but I do. I live an isolated life, and I had this intense love for this franchise, and I knew so much about it, and I spent so much time playing it. And then I heard about this Fallout podcast that was looking for hosts, and I thought, you know what? I'm not sure that there's anybody out there who's more qualified to do this than me. So I sent an email, and pretty soon I met Rick, and we just clicked right away. It was like finding a brother I didn't know I had.
Aw.
It really was. It really was. Oh, stop.
it.
Yeah. But it was absolutely like just meeting a brother that I didn't know I had before. And we created something special in that podcast. And the friendship we formed was important, and the community that grew up around that show that brought us our relationship with you, Vendor, and with so many of our community members was just amazing. It was just amazing.
Got it.
Yeah. But it's I know so many wonderful people, and my life is better because of these games. And Fallout 4 is certainly not my favorite in the franchise. There were a lot of things I wish could have been different, but that game will always have a very special place in my heart because we got to be a part of that hype cycle.
Mhm.
As doing that show and discovering it with the listeners and trying to predict things and doing trailer analysis videos, and it was a really special time. And with 76, it's the same thing. It's again not my favorite in the franchise, but experiencing this together with you guys has been amazing. Getting to exist in this world alongside you guys has been so cool. And
Mm.
I'm so thankful for the people that I've gotten to have these relationships with.
Mhm.
I'm a better version of myself because I know you guys, because I have you in my life. And that would have never happened without the Fallout franchise. I would be a different me without this game.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I should also add that Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas came into my life at a time when I was trying to find myself. And so I spent a lot of time playing those games just hunkered down under the pillows, under the blankets, just being alone and having time to just dissociate from the world, you know? So I think that's also why those games have a soft spot
Right.
for me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah.
a time of change for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about you, Rick?
I was just, when you guys were talking about when you first started and that sort of thing, I was going back in my mind when I first played Fallout 3, and I remember I had a buddy of mine over, and he was one of those guys that changed my life. We played music together for many years, and I had a very specific way of thinking, and when I met him, everything changed. And I've always it's one of those guys that, like, he's so. Did you ever meet someone who's like super cool and like just you look up to them so much, but they never kind of like you can never become their good friend, and that, you know what I'm saying? It was like that for me. Like, he was this dude. I was always like, I want to be your friend, like, and hang out and go to shows, and like I never quite got there. But we played a lot of music together, and he showed me a lot of cool stuff, and it just changed my whole worldview. And I remember one of the things that we really like, we hung out and stuff. We did hang out and stuff like that. He turned me on to survival horror, Resident Evil, that kind of Silent Hill, that sort of thing. And I remember he came over one time to my wife's house. Well, the time we were just dating. Excuse me. Hiccups. At the time we were just dating. Were we married or dating? I don't know. When did Fallout 3 come out?
2008.
Okay, we were married, and
10 years ago.
or almost married or something. So he came over to our house. Me and Sarah were playing Left 4 Dead with him. Like, all three of us were playing Left 4 Dead. And at the end of it, I was like, you know what? Let's play this other game I just got. I never tried it before, and I'd never played it. And here I am trying to show this survival horror game, and not knowing I'm about to start this hour-long vault section of just setting up this world.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going through the whole thing, and I feel like it's that moment where you're like, let's play this cool game, and then you're like, I am boring the hell out of this person. And then, I'm the one with the controller, and I felt awful. I'm like, but we get out of the vault, and and I remember the first place I went was Springvale School, and seeing the raiders with the hooks through their chests, the people hanging from the ceilings with the hooks through their chests and all the dead bodies and stuff. And he ended up becoming a fan of the Fallout franchise. I think, after I showed him that, he got interested, and I think he went out and bought the game later and became a fan of it. But ever since then, I got hooked. My wife couldn't stand the game because she was like, it's clunky and the UI sucks. And I'm like, but that's what makes it great. And I fell in love with that whole thing. And yeah, Fallout 3 was definitely the thing that I attached to most, or the game that I attached to most, because I was 2 hours away from DC, and I'd been there a few times. So I've seen the Washington Monument in real life, standing there, and then to see it completely destroyed in the game was like, this could totally happen, guys. You go down to the Capitol building, and that's blown apart and stuff. So it was just real cool.
There's something about seeing real things that exist in a different state that you could never imagine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember that.
Sticks.
Sticks? Oh, it sticks. I was like, what sticks? The other thing, too, that I realized, I never really was into the 50s or old things until Fallout. That awakened such a part of me that I just realized, like, tonight, just thinking back on it, like, up until that point, I never got into anything vintage. I mean, vintage gear just because it was cool. But like, older music, the love for ephemera, things like that, antiques, anything from that whiz bang period of real life. That didn't hit me until playing that game, and you see the tubes and the radios and that opening scene from Fallout 3 with the tubes and they glow, and it changed my DNA, weirdly to say, to the point where like tomorrow I'm driving 3.5 hours to Pittsburgh to pick up some 1950s recording gear that I purchased on eBay. And that never would have happened, I can tell you, if it wasn't for this game leading me to that aesthetic or that idea and researching that era. And it's just crazy how this silly little game, something that's just meant for entertainment, affected lives. I mean, crossing over into real world memories, I remember the thing that hit me the most were the letters that we would get from people in active service who were like, "You're helping me get through, patrols or guard duty," or I think one even included something like a mortar attack or something. I don't know. It was just like, this game and your show helps. The community helps. Letters we'd get from people who were going through depression or substance abuse, things like that. Those letters were super impactful to me and why I kept doing this. And the show that shall not be named, in my opinion, led to the crescendo of all of that, which is this show, which I think is the best form that this show could ever be, or this podcast. And the community is the best community that we could do now. We could only have done it now with the three of us, and because of these games and because of what happened in the past. The only reason what we're doing right now, the way that it should have always been, is because of what happened. And I think that is such a beautiful thing. The freedom we have to do whatever we want to do and open up this community, and the fact that we have 350 freaking people, and part of that was based on Fallout, right? And that to me is amazing. And we've seen, I'm not going to say publicly, but the three of us, we've seen our download numbers, and we scratch our heads and we're like, really? That's really cool. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but it is crazy to us.
It's crazy to me.
No, I mean, not
it's
crazy
far
in the world
beyond
of
anything I would have ever.
But you know what I
imagined
mean? It's like, it's the three of us, hastily slapping shows together and having fun and just hanging out, talking about this silly little game. I think is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think. Go ahead, man.
Well, I think you touched on a good point. And when we started WJLG, it was about people first, and people-centered approach to delivering content. And yeah, I think it was that started sort of the ball rolling. And it's really cool because now it's all encompassing. I mean, we even talk about tabletop games with each other. And I'm getting up super early at 4:30 in the morning to play a video game with somebody across the world in the UK. It's wild. It's wild.
It's so neat. My favorite thing about my experiences podcasting is seeing the friendships that form in our community. And, these people are friends with each other independently of anything to do with us, but they met because of our show.
Yeah,
our show exists.
There's a social phenomenon there that is emerging, and we're seeing it more and more as the Discord grows and as we put out more shows and stuff like that. People are just playing games together. And at the end of the day, we are all in this together because we just love games.
Absolutely.
So,
and my little Grinch heart is starting to grow a little bit because I realized that Fallout 76 I realized that Fallout 76 is not necessarily, it hit me, Shalene, when you're like, I get to play with you guys. And I was like, you know what? This isn't about me. Like, Fallout 76 shouldn't be inherently about me and my feelings. Because Fallout 76 was built, I believe, from the devs' perspective, for everyone. It wasn't built for me. It was, you know what I mean? It was built for the community at large. And I'm starting to rethink a little bit about my policy because my anger at a company, at a marketing part of the company shouldn't affect, me playing with someone from our community or me playing with one of you guys. Like that's for us. You know what I mean? That's because we love it.
Are you gonna launch a nuke with me now?
Maybe. But it really kind of hit me when you're like, I loved playing with you guys. I'm like, you know what? I'm being selfish. I'm boycotting out as selfish, whatever you want to call it. But I'm being selfish about it, and that's wrong of me because the whole point of why we're here is for community. And if I'm not playing the one game that's actually directly thematically involved with what we're doing here, that's all about community, just because of some corporate dink, that's not fair to the community. It's starting to kind of hit me a little bit. But yeah, so I don't know. It's just really cool. And Vendor, you're absolutely right. It's we're here because we just love games. And it's I like how our name keeps coming back full circle.
It does.
We just love games, and I just love you guys.
Oh.
Did you guys ever watch Video Game High School on YouTube?
I think I did.
It's one of the characters in it is the principal of the school, Calhoun. It's played by Harley Morgenstein from Epic Mealtime. Morgenstern or whatever his name is. And he's got this, like, there's this whole bit. They're like, why do we play games? And then he flips around this plaque and he's like, it's all about the game. And I was like, it's so true. It's so true. It's all about the game, isn't it?
Well, not when it's Fallout 76. It's about the people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what I mean.
But I mean, it's hard. I get what you're saying about that line between selfishness and just not wanting to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to play a game with people that you don't enjoy playing, regardless of how nice it is to play with the people that you want to play with. You kind of have to have
certainly.
both. You kind of need both.
No, you're
it's
certainly
why
right.
I never got into the Division. I mean, I love playing it with you guys, but the Division is just...
It's not for you.
No,
I still find it so funny that it's not your game, and you're so good at it.
I know. You clean up in that game.
It was your first time, and you did better than both of us, and we put in hundreds of hours.
You cleaned up in that game.
I don't, yeah.
But like, I just mean for me, I did enjoy playing Fallout 76, and I still do enjoy it, and I was merely not playing it out of a principle, but not thinking about how that may affect, some of my friends in the community, and that's not fair, in my opinion, from my personal perspective. It's not fair to them because I'm not liking the way that Bethesda's offering options for me to partake in, if that makes sense. So anyway, but yeah, I really felt like we needed some positivity in this in this kind of show. The last couple, the news has been heavy. We've just hated the way that they've been treating the community with Fallout 76, and we're all here because we love this franchise, and I felt like we needed a little bit of sunshine. We needed a bit of that Nuka shine.
We do. We try so hard to keep things positive, and it's been hard to do that lately. It's been hard to do that.
And like the problem is that the news has to be current.
Yeah,
and all of the current news is the new game.
Yeah.
So, nobody's really writing stories anymore about Fallout 3.
We should.
Fallout New Vegas.
We should be the ones to write those stories.
Well, and
Dadgummit?
Yeah, we can talk about that off the show.
We can write them. Nobody's going to read them. We'll have
doesn't matter.
6 clicks.
Our community will.
But yeah, it's really great to, and we've been doing this for a few years now. I feel like when I get up in the morning and I crack open the Discord and I go to the lobby and everybody's like, morning, and there's like little gifs of coffee mugs and stuff, and it's just like the best.
I enjoy good morning time in the Discord.
It's not even Fallout
Mhm.
related, you know. It's just people. People are there, and it's really cool to just, and like people are like, should I buy a Switch? And the other person will come in and be like, yes, and then they'll be like, okay. Okay. Sure. Yeah, it's really cool. Last night we had movie night. Now I'm watching movies with these people.
Next thing you know, they're moving
I love
in.
it. Yeah, next thing you know.
We should start like we should buy like a big property and build a wall around it and get various compounds, and we'll have all the
You
people
want to
from the
have
Discord move in.
We Just Love
and we'll have
Games
punch.
commune?
Yeah. We'll
Drink the Kool-Aid.
We'll buy a farm. And
Oh dear. I'm not sure I like where this is going.
Yeah.
Shalene, there's a lot of property in New Mexico, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess if it brings us all together, then
We'll
I'm
all
for
live
it.
there, man. We'll worship the atom,
Yes.
dude.
Praise Atom. So I just wanted to mention, Archon in chat brings up that the Fallout feed is doing a Fallout 3 roundtable coming up, and I think I may have to play along with them. Actually, are you guys familiar with the concept of the roundtable that they do?
No.
It's kind of like a game book club. They so you run a random character generator. They actually build these themselves, a random character generator,
Nice.
and it gives you a character build, a random character build. And the idea is that it pulls you out of your comfort zone, because I know I tend to play one of two things in Fallout. Either I'm intelligent and high speech, or I'm Forrest Gump. That's it. But these random character generators make you play in a different style,
Huh.
and they assign you like a certain quest each week, and they're like, okay guys, we're all going to play through Tranquility Lane this week, and then we'll come back and talk about it. And it's a really neat concept, and I think I may have to play along for Fallout 3.
Cool.
I can't remember the last time I played Fallout 3. Oh, it was right before 70 E3, I think, or something. I forget what it was for. But we got the Keller tape. That was the last time I played Fallout 3.
Yes! Oh,
Yeah.
I was so excited when you finally got the Keller tape.
Took forever, but we did it. But yeah, I think that's enough positivity for one night. I can tell you that. I'm going to go be negative now. No, I won't be. But we have some announcements. Is that, I mean, are we good? I think we...
Mm-hmm.
Are we all positived
Mhm.
out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jeez. Someone's done. So let's talk about Extra Life real quick. Again, next Saturday, the 23rd, starting at 9:30 a.m., we're going to have our Extra Life stream, 24 hours, starting Saturday, going to Sunday. I will be doing the full 24. Hopefully will not die from a blood clot. But the other two, Vendor and Shalene, will be joining intermittently throughout the day and night, hopefully. That way I won't be all lonely. If you have games to suggest, email us at info@WeJustLoveGames. You can join our team by going to DMing Vendortron. And we'll be posting links and stuff to our like donation pages and stuff like that. So join us there next Saturday, and then also you can tweet at us if you want some more information. You can tweet at us at That Fallout Show, at We Just Love Games for the network, at me, at Rick McVick. You can tweet Shalene at Shalene L, and Vendortron at Vendortron N. You can check us out on Facebook too, which is facebook.com/That Fallout Show, and then groups/That Fallout Show. Then also you can check out our network at facebook.com/We Just Love Games and groups/We Just Love Games. You can email us, like I said, at info@WeJustLoveGames.com. Like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/We Just Love Games. And you can find our podcast on iTunes and Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, and elsewhere. If you leave us a review on iTunes with some words and five stars, we will shout you out at the beginning of the show. We record live every other Friday at 6:30 Mountain, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here at twitch.tv/We Just Love Games. And also check out our other show, which airs to next Friday at 6:30, 8:30, called Game Stack. If you haven't heard of it, check it out. It's pretty rad. We also do Twitch streams here and there. And Vendortron, you've been streaming a lot on your Twitch. You want to say the link? Linky.
It's just Vendertron on Twitch. Just search Vendertron.
Cool. I love his streams, so check him
They're
out.
so good.
Thank you.
Guys. Oh, by the way,
Mm.
just real quick, I figured out a way to play Fun Run 3 on PC
Nice.
using BlueStacks. BlueStacks is sort of like a mobile games emulator, so you can play
Nice.
mobile games on PC. But I started a We Just Love Games Fun Run 3 clan. So if you have a Fun Run 3 account, add me as a friend. My name is Vendor, and I will send you an invite for the WGLG clan if you're not already part of the clan. So, yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening. And Shalene, what is our last word?
And how are those hot little potatoes anyway?